All right, I'm going to cover another weapon that I just love. This, out of all the weapons, all my rifles, all my pistols, whatever, archery, bow and arrows, my favorite personally owned firearm has always been and always will be the 12 gauge shotgun, pump action shotgun. It's always been my favorite. The first weapon I ever bought was a 12 gauge pump action shotgun. Before I started buying pistols and rifles, bought a shotgun first thing. I think that it is the most versatile weapon that we can own as free citizens in this country, in the United States of America. It is the most versatile weapon. The reason I say that is because you can shoot so many different types of ammunition from it, to include flare rounds. So if you're lost in the woods and somebody's looking for you, you can shoot flare rounds in the air, they can find you. There's slugs, there's buckshot, there's birdshot, there's training loads, there's even loads to shoot doors down, breaching rounds. There's just a variety of ammunition you can use with shotguns. So many different kinds. So what I'm going to do now is just talk about the shotgun first, and then we'll get into the other stuff like the ammunition, different things, and the functionality of it, whatever. So I'm going to go over an overview of one of the shotguns that I own, and it's right there, as you can see. It is, I don't know how, is my head all big in that camera? Because I know I zoomed in. This is the Remington 870 12 gauge pump action shotgun. Remington 870 12 gauge pump action shotgun. So this is a really basic overview. These are just features. It has a rubber butt pad to help absorb recoil. So as you shoulder the weapon and you're shooting, it's going to give you recoil. It's going to kick. Well, that rubber butt pad helps to absorb some of that recoil. So you want to keep that tight in your shoulder. Then moving from rear to front, you have the stock. This is a standard Monte Carlo style stock, which is very common with shotguns, with rifles, from going way back in time. That's the Monte Carlos, that little divot right there. It just gives your hand a natural grip. So that's your stock. In this case, it's a polymer stock, or a black plastic stock polymer. So then you have the receiver, as you see here, receiver. That is made of forged steel. Each Remington receiver starts as a piece of solid steel, and it's forged. So that's one of the reasons why I like the Remington 870. That receiver is steel and it is forged. Here's your bolt and your chamber area. Okay, the barrel, which is also steel. Your magazine tube, which runs underneath the barrel. What else? You have your pump action foregrip. That's the action that you, as you're shooting it, you're going to rack the weapon to reload it, to put another round in the chamber. You're going to hit that pump action foregrip, and it loads another round. You have your loading gate, which is underneath the receiver, on the bottom end of the receiver. It's where you load the rounds, okay, inside the magazine tube. And you have your cross bolt safety, which I put in blue. It's just a little small little button, on and off. Safe, off safe. Let's see some other features. The ammunition it shoots are 2 3/4 inch shells and 3-inch shells. I'll show you some of the ammunition from this. I have some ammunition on the side right here. These are, let's see, I'll show you one of the military ones. I got a bunch of different kinds of ammunition, but I'll just show you these right here. So basically, we have the, this is a high brass game load. High brass meaning there's a lot of brass. This is a military double-aught buck, also high brass, and these are both 2 3/4 inches in length. As you see, that's just the length, 2 3/4 inches this way. Okay, so that's your ammunition. You would load them under here, and they go along that tube. So the maximum capacity is, this one has a 2-shot magazine extension on it. I'll show you that. From here to here is a magazine extension. This part right here screws on, and it gives you an additional 2 shots. Otherwise, it would stop there, and then it would only hold 5 shots. But because of that, it holds 6 plus 1 in the chamber is 7. So for a grand total of 7 shots. 6 plus 1, 7 shot capacity. This is the actual weapon. Let me show you that crossbolt safety. It's on safe, it's off safe. It's on safe, it's off safe. Put it back on safe. Here's the loading gate. You put the rounds in there, and they go right up in there, and they feed into this tube. This is that stock. It's made of plastics, polymer. This is the rubber butt pad that reduces recoil or mitigates recoil. Here's your trigger guard. Here's the receiver, and here's the bolt. Just like it's depicted. All that's right here. Here's your trigger guard. There's the trigger. Loading gate. So this is the overview of the 12 gauge pump action shotgun. It has an 18.5-inch barrel, which is legal in almost every state. So you want to have the legal requirement. If you're going to go lower than 18.5 inches, you're going to have to pay a $200, at least it used to be $200 ATF tax stamp. And then if you get approved, which you should unless you have a problem, you go through a background check, then you can get an SBR short barreled rifle, which means the shotgun can be 14 inches or something like that. It doesn't have to be 18 inches. But if you don't have that $200 tax stamp that you paid to the ATF, it better be 18.5 inches, otherwise you're committing a felony and you lose all your firearms privileges, and you might even have a fine or go to jail or both. So do the right thing, do things legally. So the range of this weapon is 40 yards with standard double-aught buck. Maximum effective range 40 yards. So I wouldn't want to shoot with double-aught buck at something past 40 yards. Would it hit? Maybe, but it's not as effective. So the maximum effective range of buckshot, 40 yards. Anything beyond that, you're going to want to put a slug in it. 1 ounce slug, 200 yards now, maximum effective range. These rifled slugs, they have 1 ounce rifled slugs, which is a big old hunk of lead. It's a 1 ounce hunk of lead, which it's rifled. Those things will spin inside the barrel. It's a smooth bore, but the slug itself is rifled, so it spins itself. It becomes like a football spiraling out. You can get lethal hits out to 200 yards with 1 ounce slugs. We got 6 plus 1 capacity, 2-shot magazine extension. That model that I just showed you is the 870 Express Magnum. I got that one back in 2003. I don't think they even make the Express Magnum anymore. Remington just calls it either the Express or the Wingmaster, or there's like 3 or 4 different versions of that. But that one was on sale for like $200 or 200 and something, 220. It wasn't a lot. It was a pretty good price. Less than 300, I remember that. Around 200. Now, you'd be lucky to get that for that. Those things, you go to a store now to buy one of those in California, 300 and something, 350 probably. Weapons and ammunition in California has gone way up, which is weird because it's harder to get weapons, yet they're more expensive. It's harder to buy ammo, yet it's more expensive. Go figure. Anyways, let's see. Anything else on this thing? 1 ounce slugs, 40 yards, buckshot, the loading gate. Okay, that's about it. I covered everything here on this chart, my talking points. This covers a basic overview of this weapon. Lightweight, very durable. So we're in 2020. I got this in 2003. I've had this particular shotgun for 17 years. I've shot it lots of times. It handles very well. This is just a little something I added on the side for 5 extra shots. So you can put 5 shots there. And you have 6 plus 1 Plus you got your, your 5 more on the side in case you have to reload. And this is basically my home defense shotgun. This is a defensive shotgun, not necessarily for hunting, just to keep in the closet or locked in a safe in case somebody invades your home. You can properly and effectively defend yourself and your family's life. Alright, so that's all I wanted to say about that. Thank you guys for watching. That was just an overview of the Remington 870 12 gauge pump action shotgun. One of my favorite weapons. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you learned something. Stay safe, train hard, train safe. Staff Sergeant Calhoun out.